Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadara, Sri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Very well. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
So, devotees, we are in chapter 11 and we are coming close to the end of this chapter. We got two verses left, 54 and 55. Today, hopefully, we'll complete 54. So let me bring that up. Okay, so who'd like to read?
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. May I try, Prabhuji?
Sure, go ahead.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Bhaktya Tonanyaya Sekya Ahamevam Vidorjuna Jnatum Drashtum Chatatvena Praveshtum Cha Parantapa. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Then I can also try. Bhaktya tva ananya sakya ahameva vidorchana jatum drashtum cha tatvena pravashtum cha parantapa. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anyone else?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, you can. Go ahead.
Bhaktya tva ananyo sakya aham evam vido juna janatum drustam cha tatvena pravestam cha parantapa. Back to Prabhu. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Dandavat Pranam.
Okay.
Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Okay. Bhaktya tva ananyaya shakya ahamevam vido arjuna jnatum drashtum cha tatvena pravashtum cha parantapa. Go ahead, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Bhaktat ananyaya shakya aham evam vidu arjuna natum drashtum cha tattena pravastim cha param tapa. Hare Krishna.
Okay, let's go on to the synonyms and translation. Who would like to read?
Can I try, Prabhuji?
Please, Mahesh Prabhuji, go ahead.
Thank you. Synonyms. Bhaktya, by devotional service to, but ananya, without being mixed with fruitive activities or speculative knowledge. Sakhya, possible. Aham, I. Evam vidha, like this. Arjuna, O Arjuna. Dhyatam, to know. Drashtam, to see. Cha, and tattvena, in fact. Praveshitum, to enter into. Cha, also. Paramtapa, O subduer of the enemy. Yeah. Translation by Sri Bhaktapad. My dear Arjuna, only by undivided devotional service can I be understood as I am, standing before you, and can thus be seen directly. Only in this way can you enter into the mysteries of my understanding. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
So this purport is a long purport. I think at least 4 of us may have to read this. So who would like to start off?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I read, please?
Yes, I've not seen you before. Emily Mataji, are you new or?
Hi, yes, I used to attend this class a few months ago, and now I'm
Oh, I
able
see.
to attend
Okay.
again. Thank you.
Thank you. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Krishna can be understood only by the process of undivided devotional service. He explicitly explains this in this verse so that unauthorized commentators who try to understand the Bhagavad Gita by the speculative process will know that they are simply wasting their time. No one can understand Krishna or how he came from parents in a four-handed form and at once changed himself into a two-handed form. These things are very difficult to understand by study of the Vedas or by philosophical speculation. Therefore, it's clearly stated here that no one can see him or enter into understanding of these matters. Those who, however, are very experienced students of Vedic literature can learn about him from the Vedic literature in so many ways. Should I end there?
You can go on. It's a very long purport, so you can read more.
Okay, thank you. There are so many rules and regulations, and if one at all wants to understand Krishna, he must follow the regulative principles described in the authoritative literature. One can perform penance in accordance with those principles. For example, to undergo serious penances, one may observe fasting on Janmastami, the day on which Krishna appeared, and on the 2 days of Ekadashi, the 11th day after the new moon and the 11th day after the full moon. As far as charity is concerned, it is plain that charity should be given to the devotees of Krishna who are engaged in his devotional service to spread the Krishna philosophy or Krishna consciousness throughout the world. Krishna consciousness is a benediction to humanity. Lord Chaitanya was appreciated by Rupa Goswami as the most munificent man of charity because love of Krishna, which is very difficult to achieve, was distributed freely by him. So if one gives some amount of his money to persons involved in distributing Krishna consciousness, that charity given to spread Krishna consciousness is the greatest charity in the world. And if one worships as prescribed in the temples in India, there is always some statue, usually of Vishnu or Krishna. That is a chance to progress by offering worship and respect to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For the beginners in devotional service to the Lord, temple worship is essential, and this is confirmed in the Vedic literature. Thank you.
You can finish this verse and stop there.
I don't know how to pronounce the rest. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's all right. Um,
Thank you.
so would you like to kind of give a summary of what you read, if you can?
I think the greatest takeaway is giving charity to those involved in spreading Krishna consciousness.
Okay, at least that's one takeaway, certainly. Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Okay, who would like to continue from here?
I can read, Prabhuji.
Yeah, sure, please. So, Shalini Mataji, go ahead.
Shvetasvatara Upanishad 6.23 Yasya deve para bhaktir yatha deve tatha garau tasyete kathe kathita hi arthah prakasante mahatmanah. One who has unflinching devotion for the Supreme Lord and is directed by the spiritual master in whom he has similar unflinching faith, can see the Supreme Personality of Godhead by revelation. One cannot understand Krishna by mental speculation. For one who does not take personal training under the guidance of a bona fide spiritual master, it is impossible to even begin to understand Krishna. The word tu is specifically used here to indicate that no other process can be used, can be recommended, or can be successful in understanding Krishna. The personal forms of Krishna, the two handed form and the four handed, are described as Su, Dur, darsham, very difficult to see. They are completely different from the temporary universal form shown to Arjuna. The four-handed form of Narayana and the two-handed form of Krishna are eternal and transcendental, whereas the universal form exhibited to Arjuna is temporary. The words Tvat Anyena Na Drishtaparvam, verse 47, state that before Arjuna, no one had seen that universal form. Also, they suggest that among the devotees, there was no necessity of showing it. That form was exhibited by Krishna at the request of Arjuna, so that in the future, when one represents himself as an incarnation of God, people can ask to see his universal form. Should I continue, Prabhuji? Excuse me.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, you can continue till the next, I think, yeah,
Sure.
into the next paragraph. Yeah, can continue.
Okay. The word na, used repeatedly in the previous verse, indicates that one should not be very much proud of such credentials as an academic education in Vedic literature. One must take to the devotional service of Krishna. Only then can one attempt to write commentaries on Bhagavad Gita. Krishna changes from the universal form to the four-handed form of Narayana and then to his own natural form of two hands. This indicates that the four-handed forms and other forms mentioned in the Vedic literature are all emanations of the original two-handed Krishna. He is the origin of all emanations. Krishna is distinct even from these forms, what to speak of the impersonal conception. As far as the four-handed forms of Krishna are concerned, it is stated clearly that even the most identical four-handed form of Krishna, which is known as Mahavishnu, who is lying on the cosmic ocean and from whose breathing so many innumerable universes are passing out and entering, is also an expansion of the Supreme Lord, as stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.48.
Okay.
Yes,
If you like, you can stop there.
sure, Prabhuji. Thank you, Hare Krishna.
So, like to summarize or give some thoughts on what you read.
Sure, Prabhuji. So what I read from what I understood from this part is basically that the Supreme Lord can only be understood when he wants to reveal himself. And that happens through the process of devotional service to the Lord and also to the spiritual master who knows the Lord and can give that love of God to the devotee. And it is not possible to see the Lord, no matter how much of Vedic literature one reads. They cannot see the two-handed or the four-handed form of Lord Krishna. And then Prabhupada goes on to explain that the two-handed form and the four-handed form are more difficult to see than the universal form, which is temporary. The universal form was seen by Arjuna, but the two-handed form and the four-handed form have been seen by other devotees, and there is no need usually for the universal form to be shown to the devotees because they love Krishna and they love the Shyam Sundar form or they worship the Vishnu form even, but the universal form can be shown when somebody um, proposes that they are an avatar of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, then they can be asked to show the universal form. And if they are really an avatar, they would be able to show that form. And then he goes on to say that the same thing that for a person who has read various verses of the Vedic literature, they should not be proud of such credential, academic education, but only by devotional service can one really attempt to understand the Bhagavad Gita. I think I understood this much, Prabhuji. If you can explain more, Hare Krishna.
Okay. Thank you, Mataji. I think you summarized quite a bit there. Okay, so let's continue reading. Who would like to read next?
I can read. Are you starting with the Sanskrit?
Yeah, starting from, I guess we didn't read this, the Brahma Samhita statement, the verse.
I don't know if I know the rhythm, but Mersaka Nisvasita Kalam Atabalam Bia Shivanti Loma Vilaja Jagad Andanataha Vishnu Mahan Saha Yasha Kala Viseso Govinda Mari Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. The Mahavishnu, into whom all the innumerable universes enter, and from whom they come forth again simply by his breathing process, is a plenary expansion of Krishna. Therefore I worship Govinda, Krishna the cause of all causes. Therefore one should conclusively worship the personal form of Krishna as the Supreme Person of Godhead, who has eternal bliss and knowledge. He is the source of all forms of Vishnu. He is the source of all forms of incarnation. And he is the original Supreme Personality, as affirmed in the Bhagavad Gita. In the Vedic literature, the following statement appears: Satchananda Rupaya Krishnaya Krista Karina Namo Vedanta Vidayaya Gurve Buddhi Sakshane. I offer my respectful obeisance unto Krishna, who is a transcendental form of bliss, eternity, and knowledge. I offer my respect to him because understanding him means understanding the Vedas, and he is therefore the supreme spiritual master. Then it is said, Krishna vai param devatam. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Gopala tapani, Iko vasi sarvagaha Krishna idaya. That one Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, and he is worshipable. Iko pi san bahudayo vabhati. Krishna is one, but he is manifested in unlimited forms and expanded incarnations. Brahma Samhita says, Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachinanda Vigraha Nadir Govinda Savakana Karanam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna, who has a body of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. He has no beginning, for he is the beginning of everything. He is the cause of all causes.
You can
Should I
stop there,
continue?
Mother. You can stop there.
Okay.
Good. So, you'd like to summarize this part? You can.
Mostly what I got from it is that one should worship the two-handed form of Krishna, and that one could understand Krishna in that form as the Supreme Person of Godhead, like full of knowledge and bliss and eternity. Then one can also understand the Vedas and understand everything. I mean, that's pretty much what it was saying, I think. Okay.
All right, good. Thank you. All right. One more devotee to finish this.
I can try to.
Yeah, go ahead.
The Supreme Personal Godhead is Krishna, who has a body of eternity, knowledge, and bliss. He has no beginning, for he is the beginning of everything. He is the cause of all causes. Also, it is said, Yatra Bhattranam Krishna Kham Param Brahma Narakriti. The Supreme Absolute Truth is a person. His name is Krishna, and he sometimes descends on this earth. Similarly, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, we find a description of all kinds of incarnations of the Supreme Personal Godhead, and in this list, the name of Krishna also appears. But then it is said that this Krishna is not the incarnation of the God, but is the original Supreme Personality of Godhead himself. Eto chamsho kalapumsho Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Similarly, in the Bhagavad Gita, the Lord says, Mat Paratanam Nannat. There is nothing superior to my form as the person of God Krishna. He also says elsewhere in the Bhagavad Gita, Aham Adihi Devanam. I am the origin of all demigods. And after understanding Bhagavad Gita from Krishna, Arjuna also confirms this in the following words, Param Brahma Param Dham Pavitram Paramam Bhavam. I now fully understand that you are the Supreme Personal Godhead, the absolute truth, and that you are the refuge of everything. Therefore, the universal form which Krishna showed to Arjuna is not the original form of God. The original is the Krishna form, the universal form, with its thousands and thousands of hairs and hands, is manifest just to draw the attention of those who have no love for God. It is not God's original form. The universal form is not attractive for pure devotees who are in love with the Lord in defined transcendental relationship. The Supreme Godhead exchanges transcendental love in his original form of Krishna. Therefore, to Arjuna, who was so intimately related with Krishna in friendship, this form of the universal manifestation was not pleasing, rather it was fearful. Arjuna, who was a constant companion of Krishna, must have had transcendental eyes. He was not an ordinary man, therefore he was not captivated by the universal form. This form may seem wonderful to the persons who are not involved in elevating themselves by fruitive activities. But to persons who are engaged in devotional service, the two-handed form of Krishna is the most dear. Haribol. Very nice, elaborated
Right.
part by
Haribol.
Shloka.
Correct.
So, as we
Yeah.
discussed in the past, that devotees wants to exchange with Krishna in different type of rasa, especially Madhurya, Vatsalya, Shakho, and service attitude, that is Dasya. So mostly we're in the Dasya for relationship with Krishna. But when we are in the spiritual world, once upon a time, and before we revolted against Krishna and come down this material earth, we were in a relationship with Krishna. We don't know, we forgot. But we'll continue our relationship with Krishna as a Dasya form, and when we go back by purification ourselves in this material world, and Krishna will give us the same relationship as we had been in the past before we fallen down here. Until then, we'll continue. The devotees want to continue to serve Krishna in the Dasya form, mostly in Dasya form with the Krishna, and in the Shamasundar, who is in the Shamasundar form. That is his primeval form. So that is a pleasing form for the devotees who can interact with Krishna. But for the demonic nature, who are atheist, who does not believe or who does not take Krishna's human form as a godly form or God form, so for them, Krishna showed them this ghastly, enormous form, which is called Virat Rup or Vishwarup. So they will be afraid and they'll take Krishna as a supreme person Godhead because they want something miracle from the God. They don't believe in the Rasha form of the. They cannot think about that relationship with the God. They think that Lord will be huge. We should be always in prayerful mood to the Lord. So for them, that form Krishna showed. And in Gita, Krishna himself told, actually explained that Om Sarvasva Prabhu Matta Samapada, everything coming from me, everything is sounding around me. And then also Mat Paratam Nano, nothing superior to me. What is called? Mon Mona Baba Mot Bhakta Mot Jajimang Namaskuru. Do everything for me. Even other Krishna said that Jot Kurushi, Jot Yoshi, Jot Dadashi, Jot, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer, do for me. So that way Krishna is telling you are looking for God, it is me. So that is the Bhagavad Gita, we see that. And so, and Arjuna also, not only Arjuna, and Arjuna telling the other rishis also, saying that the Krishna is the Param, Param Dharma, Param Brahma, Param Bhavan. So Krishna is the supreme. This Param is only Krishna for. This Param are not for Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma. For them we call Maheshwar, but for Krishna it is a Parameshwar. So And in the Bhagavatam also, at the beginning, in the first chapter, I think it is 1.2 verse. 1.12 verse. Eti chamsho kalapungsho Krishna tu Bhagavam Swayam. Intari bharakam lukam midointi uge uge. So Krishna is the main source. From him, other Vishnu, other forms, Vishnu forms, and other incarnations come from. But he's a supreme. So how to establish Krishna as the supreme? So we can give reference from the Gita, Bhagavatam, Chaitanya. Then what our authorities, Mahajana says, like Brahma, Narad Muni, Vyasadeva, Jamaraj about Krishna, even what the Arjuna says, and then also what the other, like if you go to the our concurrent literatures, like though like Einstein and other, who should I say, like all the renowned figure, they also say Krishna is the supreme. Except Mayavadis, they think that Brahman, from Brahman Krishna, actually Brahman came from Krishna, the other way. So that way we can establish that Krishna is a supreme personal Godhead. Back to you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Very nicely explained. Anyone else? I mean, Subhal Prabhu, you'd like to add now, or you want me to go through it?
After you, Prabhuji.
Okay, all right. So this is a very long purport, but in the previous purport, Krishna, sort of leads into this. He says, the form you're seeing with your transcendental eyes cannot be understood simply by studying the Vedas, nor by undergoing serious penances, nor by charity, nor by worship. It's not by these means that one can see me as I am. So now he's explaining how we can see him as he is. And what that requires is undivided, unalloyed devotion. And that's easier said than done. So to develop that undivided, unalloyed devotion, uh, yes, you can read the Vedic literature. That's a good starting point. But you got to apply the Vedic literature. So to develop bhakti from the Vedic literature involves uh, following the regulative principles, which are, in this case, the regulative principles of worship. There are 9 such limbs of bhakti, and we have heard this before: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, Padasevanam, Archanam, Vandanam, Dashyam, Sakyam, Atmanivedanam. So we have to start somewhere, and what we, in this Kali Yuga, what we do is do the chanting. We do the chanting with sincerely, then that's a very good starting point, and they'll always stay with us. And in addition to that, we have uh, 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 seva, devotee association, and so on. So all those things come as part of that. Then you can also do like penances, tapasya. But the most important penance is the one we do at the time of Janmashtami, for instance. There's people, very sincere devotees, those who can do it, will fast the whole day and eat only after midnight when Krishna appears. And of course, the Ekadasi, if you observe that, uh, as Vaishnavas, we should. Uh, and if you are able to observe it, uh, then that is something that comes up every fortnight. And that is a very good way of doing tapasya. Otherwise, tapasya for the sake of uh, uh, without doing fasting on important Vaishnava days is not significant. But this would count. This would be a very good credit which Krishna would appreciate. Then there's also charity. Charity, charity, just giving money to someone is not the same thing as giving charity to someone who's trying to spread Krishna consciousness. So this is something that ISKCON emphasizes, that when we give a donation, for instance, now we have this month we just had the Gita Jayanti and we're going to have the Gita Yajna program. So a charity that you give uh, uh, in for a program like that, or any other event where we spread Krishna consciousness, uh, that charity is very beneficial, and it is and it will it will what if you Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, uh, he quotes Rupa Goswami. I mean, he mentions Rupa Goswami is the most munificent or generous man of charity because of the love of Krishna, which is very difficult to achieve, was distributed freely by him. So that's the form of charity that we are talking about. In this case, by giving a donation or a charity for the Bhagavad Gita, for instance, during the Gita Jayanti period, then we are able to distribute the Bhagavad Gita to several people and spread the Krishna consciousness. So that's the form of charity we are talking about. Then, then it's also mentioned here to develop the bhakti or the devotion under the guidance of a spiritual master. The spiritual master is someone who has come down the parampara, and he has understood Krishna, and from him we get uh, for those of us who are not initiated, Prabhupada is our spiritual master, but those who are, then they get their guidance from their spiritual master, and he leads them on the right path and what exactly they have to do. Uh, then the worship in a temple uh, is also mentioned, and this is especially important uh, uh, for beginners uh, because they this is something in India. It's very common because we have temples almost around every street corner. Uh, so that's a good way to start, but then one has to go beyond that. But that's definitely a good way to start, and there's something Prabhupada is encouraging. The other point that's mentioned here is that which Shalini Mataji referred to, universal form is a temporary. It is in the universe, as it says, and then we have seen the Kala Rupa form of that, which is really very hard to see and very abhorrent because it's swallowing with it is a multi many faces, many arms, many uh, 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 hands, and so on. And this form has uh, uh, very horrible teeth, and that's the way it was mentioned. And the Kala Rupa shows that it's devouring the people in the battle of Kurukshetra. It was shown that how Krishna had already determined what the fate would be, and how the Kala Rupa was devouring all these soldiers and so on. But that's not the. So once Krishna saw that, I mean, once Arjuna saw that ghastly form, he didn't like it, and so he quickly wanted uh, Krishna to revert to the uh, first the four-handed form and then the two-handed form, and Krishna did that. And so the difference here is that the four-handed form of Narayana or the two-handed form of Shyamasundar is a totally spiritual, transcendental form, and it is eternal, as opposed to the universal form, which is temporary. Um, Okay, the four-handed and in addition, the four-handed, the universal form is something that the devotees are not really uh, interested in seeing. They want to get straight to the Shamsundar form. That's the form they love, and that's what the whole ISKCON, reading the Bhagavad Gita and the Bhagavatam uh, gives us several leelas which will get us to develop, like Baldev Siva Prabhu said, Madhur Rasya or Madhurya Rasa for devotional love, uh, to understand Krishna better and and uh, and get endearing feelings towards him. And the other point that Prabhupada is elaborating on in the last part of the uh, this this uh, this verse is that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead. Again, Baldev Prabhu explained that quite well. So I don't think I have to say too much, but the examples are given uh, in the Upanishads, the Brahma Samhita, the Bhagavatam, the Bhagavad Gita, that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead, he is the source, and then Mahavishnu and all the other incarnations all emanate from him. So we get straight to the top, and we want to be able to worship the supreme personality of Godhead, Krishna, on which our whole uh, Vaishnava Sampradaya is built. So that's more or less what I have to say. Subal Prabhu, if you want to add, or anyone else, please go ahead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Then, Prabhuji, wonderfully explained. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. So here we can see that how Lord Krishna, even though, he is Bhaktavatsala, he's always wanting, his devotees. So sometimes we can see the main learning path is Krishna can be revealed only by the pure devotees. That's why he's called Bhaktavatsala. And some people, just do speculative process to understand the Krishna, which is a waste of time, right? Because our senses are very limited. Even as we know, sometimes even the animals can hear better than us, can sniff better than us, like dogs, cats, cows. They have better sense. So that doesn't mean that they are better. So the scientists, they try to understand by the experimentation process. That doesn't mean that one scientist tells some things and the other scientist refutes that. So that is why what is difficult to understand in understanding Krishna is that he comes from the parents in the four-handed form, and then he changed to two-handed form when their parents requested. So that is like not ordinary persons can do. So which methods is difficult to understand by the study of Vedas or philosophy and speculators. They cannot understand Krishna by mental speculation. That's why we have to take personal association of Guru Sadhu Shastra from a bona fide spiritual master. Otherwise, it is impossible, even though we read, Bhagavad Gita or whatever, without taking the. So that's why we are reading all these translations by Srila Prabhupada so that we can understand. And who can learn about him is experienced students from the Vedic literature can learn about him in so many ways. Like, so that's why while we are doing it, we follow the rules and regulations. We follow Ekadashis, we have to follow, he must have all the 4 regulatory principles. We chant, with no meat eating, no intoxication, no illicit relationships, no gambling. So we have to follow that very religiously. And penances like, on fasting on, on the major festivals like Janmashtami, Ramnavami, Ekadashi, and, we have to, try to give as much charity. Like now, this is Gita Marathon month. Try to, distribute a few books to your friends and family members, to neighbors. And this Saturday also we are planning to do book distribution. Even on Sunday we are planning, so you can join us, or you can sponsor some Bhagavad Gitas. And we are doing Gita Jayanti Yajna on the next following week, so we can take up some service. So that way we can, have close association with devotees, and of course worshipping the deities and the temples. As Shubhalas Prabhu always says, like, it's very simple: A, B, C, D, E. A for association of the devotees, B for reading books, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, C for chanting, D for devotional service, and E for and diet. What we are eating is also very important. We have to eat only sattvic food first, which we have to offer to the Lord, and then take it. So in this way, we can slowly develop that taste for Krishna consciousness. And once we, elevate that, with the help of, the senior devotees and Guru Maharajas and the senior sannyasis, we can start, reading their commentaries in that way. So all forms, come from Krishna, indicated by Krishna as a changing forms from the universal form to the 200, or 400 form to the 200 form. So that knowing Krishna means that knowing the Vedas. That's what our Baldev Prabhu said. Vedesya sarver ahama vedyo Vedanta krit vede vachaham. So knowing Krishna means knowing everything. It includes, Vedas, giving charity, everything. That's why we have to be. And for the devotee, universal form is not that attractive. But as Baldev Prabhu said, this form is attractive to, who are like Mishra Bhaktas. They want to see some supernatural things. Prabhupada said that, they were at, the Ganga, the devotees were there, with Prabhupada. They saw one sadhu walking on Ganga river to crossing. So Prabhupada said that, see, he has used all his life to meditate and got this siddhi. But if I give like 2 rupees, this boatman will take me from this side of Ganga to another side. So we have to use all our service in the to seva to the Lord, not to attain siddhis. So that's why universal form is, not the original form. It is the temporary form. It is only for good for persons who are involved in elevating themselves for fruitive activities and draw attention to this. So that's why we have to make sure that, anyone who wants to approach the Supreme Krishna Loka in the spiritual sky, intimate connections, must take this formula. And that's my understanding. Hare Krishna. Then.
Thank you, Prabhuji. But even the universal form, it's not that easy to see. Even there, it requires some amount of bhakti.
Yes,
I think a tinge of bhakti. I think we read that in the previous.
yesterday, yeah, tinge of bhakti. Yeah, without bhakti, we cannot see Krishna in any form. In fact, that's correct.
Right.
Thank you.
Anyone else? Any other comments?
The Pooja, I just want to add, as Shubhalu said, that we are
Yeah.
celebrating Gita Jayanti on 13th. So devotees, this is a great chance to contribute. That with $100 you can get 6 hard binding Gitas or 12 soft Gitas, and you can distribute to your colleagues. Like 4 or 5 years back, I posted some pictures. I'm distributing Gitas to my nurses, colleagues, medical students. So you can distribute them, and everybody loves books, especially the white colors. They like to read, they love to know. Sometimes Indians are hard to give, but others lovely accept books. Or you can donate us, and from your side, we will distribute to others. So same way you'll get the credit from Krishna, and Prabhupada will be very pleased. Please donate, be part of the Gita distribution. Our promise every year to distribute 1,500 Gitas. So either you take from us or give us the donations, we'll distribute from your side. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
And
Yeah,
Hari Bol to
Prabhuji,
our Mahesh
uh,
Prabhu. Right, Prabhuji, we are celebrating Mahesh Prabhuji's.
Yes,
Yes, yes.
thank you,
Yeah.
Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving us opportunity to serve everyone, all the devotees, Krishna devotees. Definitely, thank you.
So Prabhuji, that's very good. Actually, is a blessing for us and you. One of our Maharaj, African American Maharaj, Vaishnav Maharaj Sadhu, he'll be attending Gita Jayanti festival at your place.
Yeah, very nice, very nice.
And we'll do the
Thank you.
Jagga, our Shubhavilash Prabhuji, our ex-president, and our spiritual Shiksha Guru also.
Yeah.
So he'll be doing the Jagga. It will be a very nice program.
Yeah, yeah. And please let me know whatever is required. Yeah, we are more than happy to help. Yeah, yeah.
You giving us the place, Prabhuji. That is the most the best help for
Yeah,
us.
that is there. Yeah, that is granted.
Open.
Yeah. Anything else like table chairs also we have, and some more things. Definitely, we can manage. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure, Prabhuji, will coordinate. Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhuji. Your place is a dham for us.
Yes. Yeah.
Thank you. His Holiness Bhakti Vasudeva Swami Maharaj will be coming, Prabhuji. So we are.
And not only that, it's the first time visiting Tampa. And at
oh, very nice. Yeah, that's very nice. Yeah.
Where is the Maharaj from?
That's a good question, Prabhuji. I can share with you his...
From Nigeria.
From Nigeria, Maharaj?
Oh,
Nigeria. I used to live there, so I know him.
Thank you.
Yes.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything more or stop here?
Most you want to say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
No, this is a real nice discussion. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
All right. I think we'll conclude here for today. We got one more verse, and then it will finish this chapter. So we'll do that tomorrow. Okay. So Vanchakalpada Rupescha Kripa Sindhubhyo Eva Cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you.
Dandavat Pranam Prabhuji. Raghu
Thank you.
Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Dandavat Pranam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you.